There's a story of Fritz Kreisler, who was a great violinist, and he illustrates the relation between effort and success. After a virtuoso performance, he was approached by a woman who said, "Mr. Kreisler, I would give my life to play as you have." He smiled at the woman and said, "I did." Try and recognize those things that you're motivated to pursue for pure enjoyment, for demonstrating competence, or for gaining skill. What do you like to do? You'll spend 65% of your adult life working, so find something you'll do well in. What work would you do if there was no obvious external reward or pay? What work drives you to do a job very well or gives you a creative outlet? Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis worked for several years as a book editor. She obviously didn't need the money. She was driven by intrinsic motivation. Opposed to intrinsic motivation is extrinsic motivation. Extrinsic motivation stems from external factors like money, rewards, approval, obligations, or threats. You better do this job. You have to do it. What's the problem with doing work that has only external rewards for us? How long does your motivation level and happiness last after you've given a raise? Unfortunately, most people, when they're looking for a job, don't take a thorough inventory of their personality. You have a unique combination of talent, attitudes, values, hopes, loves, hates, habits of character that match up to certain types of careers that you would thrive in. Many psychologists agree that there are 5 basic elements to personality. People who can identify the traits they possess are better able to match themselves to the right positions in work. Do you feel that you're an extrovert or an introvert? Most people fit somewhere along the continuum, but if you're on one side of the spectrum or the other, it's going to be a big determining factor in what kinds of jobs you'll enjoy. Are you on the extroversion side where you're sociable, fun-loving, affectionate, talkative, and assertive, and like doing work with others? Or are you more reserved, quiet, passive? Where along this spectrum do you think that you fit in? On the left from agreeableness versus the far right, antagonistic. Believe it or not, there are some positions in the corporate world where antagonistic people thrive. Where do you think you are on the spectrum of conscientiousness? Obviously, you would hope your doctor is on the left side, organized, careful, disciplined, dependable. But when you're going to a rock concert, the lead singer doesn't necessarily have to be on the far left of conscientiousness. He can be on the far right, and it works for him. Psychologists also tell people to analyze their emotional stability, because this is a huge factor in what kinds of jobs they're best suited for. Where do you think you are as far as openness to experience? John Holland developed 6 occupational themes. He found that when people matched their personality type to certain careers, they had a very high rate of job satisfaction. The 6 themes were realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional. If you have a realistic personality, this means that you're attracted to outdoor mechanical and physical activities. You like to work with objects and animals rather than ideas, data, or people. You tend to have mechanical abilities and like to work with tools and powerful machines. You're likely to be athletic and well coordinated. You like to construct and restructure things. You're usually cool to radical new ideas and have some difficulty expressing feelings to others. And you usually have conventional political and economic opinions. Can you think of examples of realistic career positions?